So I've got the fan mounted here, and I wanted to just demonstrate how this works. When there is no load on the power supply, I'll disconnect my load here, which is this automotive headlamp. So when there's no power being used, or I'm powering a low power circuit like some electronics on a breadboard or something, the fan back here is not running at all. So at some point when it warms up enough, because I'm drawing more power, that fan should turn on, and then the speed should ramp up as the load increases. So if I put some power on this lamp, and in this case I'm going to overload I'm going to turn it all the way up. Well, I won't turn it over 12 volts because I don't want to burn out my spare light bulb. But this fan is going to turn on because I am drawing 2 amps at 12 volts through the regulator on there. And at some point that regulator is going to overheat. Let me move this over here out of the way. Okay, so you're thinking nothing's happening, and the reason for that is the regulator is not radiating much power or much heat because there's not much voltage drop. We've got 18 volts in, 12 volts out, 2 amps. Okay, great. If I turn this down and more voltage appears across that regulator, it's going to start producing more heat. That voltage drop is going to produce more heat. So now there's more like, I've got about 3 volts out, so there's 15 volts at 1 amp. There's 15 watts now being radiated by that regulator, and there goes the fan. This aluminum is nice and warm already. Nice and warm. Funny thing happened. I glued this fan on the first time with hot glue and put the cover on, and I was testing it, and I thought the fan kind of fell apart. It was still running, but it sounded terrible. I popped the cover off and noticed that the hot glue actually melted because this got so hot that the fan just fell in there, and it was kind of banging around. So right now I used it's currently fixed with some silicone sealant, which is plenty good to take the heat. You can't hear the fan, but it is ramping up slowly. So mission accomplished. It does work as planned. So that's all for this project. Going to put the cover on and put screws in it, and I may put labels on it. It's pretty obvious that I've got a power switch and a status, power on or off LED and an adjustment knob, so I really don't need a label, but probably put one on the back with the specifications of the power supply, and that's it. Project upgrade is complete. Very happy with the results, and having a hard time with the light. There we go. And it's very nice. It's a very nice power supply. It basically is 2/3 gauge, which is great. I like the gauges. So going old school here, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad it's over. I can start the next project and I can put this into use. So life is good.